Yo, what it do, family? It's your boy, the Expert Genius, aka XP, and I didn't want to do a video on Chris Colbert. I was just gonna let everybody else, do their videos about him, about his opinion. But I went back and I listened to it and decided, forget it. I was just gonna do me a video about it, which, yeah, shout out to Chris Colbert. He can have his own opinion. Yeah, if he don't believe in his own eyes, or he doesn't believe in, Glove Gate or the water with Spike, that's on him. That's what he believes. He can have his own beliefs about it, and he can form his own opinion about it. But when it comes to the water, don't insult my intelligence like it can't happen and it's never happened. And that's the problem that I have with young fighters and young fans today, because they speak out the side of their neck about stuff they don't know about. Just because it hasn't happened to you doesn't mean it hasn't happened to somebody else. And doesn't mean that at one point in time it won't happen to you. Everybody has something to say until it happens to them. So don't insult my intelligence or anyone else's intelligence like this stuff can't happen. Then you said about the gloves, how you open up your hands all the time when you use the Air Max gloves. Okay, that's you. But why are you doing it? See, everybody skipped over that. Nobody wants to ask that question. Why are you doing it? Everybody laughed at Joey Spencer and said he didn't know what he was talking about when he said what the pictures show Tyson Fury was doing in his gloves. That stuff is practiced in gyms. He's seen it happen. But we laugh at him and tell him he doesn't know what he's talking about. Then you want to go on and say about Earl Spence that he's born and he's flat-footed, and basically that he's been, defying the odds because he's flat-footed. If that's the case, then how y'all praise Canelo Alvarez really been defying the odds. Definition of flat-footed. But it is what it is. And y'all want to sit up here and call Wilder a racist and, bringing up race and all that. But some of y'all were the main ones calling for Wilder to fire Mark Breland years ago. Now that he fired Mark Breland, y'all have a problem with it. Y'all want to say that he's race baiting and he's racist, but he kept the white boy, JD's, who y'all have a problem with. And Chris Colbert, I noticed how you tried to deflect the Margarito. Well, not try. You deflected the Margarito question and you brought up JD's. And it was talking about why wasn't he fired? Why wasn't he gone? Okay. So should Billy Collins Jr.? Should he have fired his trainer? That fight changed his life. You know, should Miguel Cotto have fired his trainer? He didn't catch it either. I mean, what's really good? Yeah, your logic is off. And then you want to say, you believe Tyson Fury won the first fight, and that anybody saying different is just lying and a part of, the American media trying to lie to protect Wilder. Bro, you lying. Because Ness said Ness was basically saying you can't just give, the 2 rounds Wilder knocked Tyson Fury down in. You just can't say that those were the only 2 rounds he won. And you're going to be like, all right, maybe 1 round. You a part of the lie and you're biased. Wilder won more than those rounds. First 4 rounds when Tyson Fury didn't do nothing. The 2 rounds he knocked him in. And I got to go back in my video to see how I scored the fight. And I said in that video, I was looking for rounds to give Tyson Fury. So even though I was going for Wilder, I was being biased towards Fury in my scoring, looking for rounds to give him. And he still lost. All of y'all talking about 10-2 or like you, or maybe 1 round. Wait a minute. Y'all being biased and lying. If you want to say Tyson Fury went out there and beat Wilder's ass in the second fight, and he gonna do the same thing in the third fight, that's cool. If it happens, that's cool. More power to Tyson Fury. But don't sit here and act like Tyson Fury just won the first fight when that's not even true. Most of y'all was just giving Tyson Fury rounds just because he survived. Because remember, nobody thought that fight was going to go the distance, or most people didn't even think it was going to go past 6 rounds. They thought Wilder, because he'd been out the ring so long, that Wilder was going to knock his ass out before the 6th round. But y'all was giving him rounds just because he was surviving. Just like this new generation of athletes that they started with, this little participation awards where everybody gets a medal for participating. That's basically what the fuck y'all were doing for Tyson Fury in the first fight. Messing with the bullshit. You basically were coming at Wilder and Earl Spence, clout chasing to get your name out there. Say something controversial on a popular narrative that people are going to support you on to get your name out there. And good job. You did it, because we got a lot of buck dancing coons out there praising you for this shit. But it is what it is. But, like I said, you can have your own opinion. But don't try to push that shit on me like certain shit don't happen like I was born yesterday. Shit's not gonna work with me. And this shit is crazy, yo. Wasn't trying to cuss this video, but damn, bruh. it's just sad. And we know you can't fight Wilder. But hey, shit, you can move up to welterweight. If Earl Spence is born, and because he's flat-footed and all that, basically that he's defying, you know, I guess the laws of boxing, because he's flat-footed, he's not supposed to be winning. So if he's born and because of his flat-footed, he's winning fights that he's not supposed to or whatever, why don't you get in the ring and show us how boring he is, and how because of his flat-footedness, he's not that good. Now I'm a Terrence Crawford fan. I like Earl Spence, but I'm a Terrence Crawford fan, and if they fight, everybody know I favor Terrence Crawford. But you can't deny what Earl Spence has done in, you know, in his division. So you're around that range. You 5'8", you got a 70-inch reach. You can move up to welterweight. If you gonna use his name and say all this stuff about him and say that have you been betting against him all this time, won't you get in the ring with Earl Spence and show the world that what you said about him is true? But nah, see, brother, you ain't gonna do that. You're not gonna do that. You just gonna run your mouth. But it is what it is. It's like we get one coon after another. And you say that because Deontay Wilder knocked Malik Scott out, that Malik Scott can't teach him anything. And you use Tyson Fury's words that he used. How you gonna teach Deontay Wilder something you couldn't do? Bro, your friend is Danny Garcia. Besides Danny Garcia, what has his dad done in the sport of boxing as a boxer? What has Vasil Lomachenko's dad done in the sport of boxing as a boxer? What has Joe Calzaghe's father done in the sport of boxing? Other than train their sons? Nothing. Let me say that again. Other than train their sons, nothing. Joe Calzaghe, 46-0. We already know Lomachenko's record. And we already know Danny Garcia's record. Still good careers. Even though I criticize Danny Garcia, still good careers. So that whole narrative that he can't teach Deontay Wilder something that he couldn't do is bullshit, because Lomachenko's dad, Joe Calzaghe's dad, and Angel Garcia's dad taught them something they couldn't do and have never done in the sport of boxing. That's why I say these young boxing fans and these young fighters today talk out the side of their neck about shit they don't know. Cognitive dissonance. That's what you're suffering from, Chris Colbert. And the rest of you clown ass fools out there But this is your boy, the Expert Genius, aka XP, and I'm out.